The Last of Us. It's finally out. We've both watched it. I've watched it 2.5 times now. Joseph watched it. You've watched it once, eh?
Yeah, but I
Okay.
haven't caught up to you quite yet.
I do not care about an intro. I'm getting straight into this. I did not think I would love it as much as I freaking did.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Did we put it this high? Like, did it exceed our hype tier list?
It did. Bro, we didn't put an S. This is S tier. This was my favorite premiere to any show I've ever watched. Better than the Mandalorian season 1 premiere. I don't care. This premiere was freaking amazing. My favorite premiere to any show. I'm like so hyped right now. I loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, it's so. I don't know. I don't know the word to describe it, but just if you haven't watched it yet, you need to.
Yeah, this is a full spoiler review, by the way. The full spoilers. Like, we're getting deep into everything. Spoiler warning here.
Yeah, most definitely. But like the first episode has already exceeded expectations, even if the rest of the show
Bro, it felt like a
turns out
full
to
movie.
whatever. But yeah, it did, and like even the action in it all, like just as the scene you and I were just talking about before we started the whole car the whole car ride with Sarah when it all
Oh my
first
god.
starts going down. That is such a
Identical.
crazy scene,
Identical to the video game. I
and
haven't.
the way that they adapted it was perfect.
Uh,
Like,
I'm gonna say, only one episode in, but I think this is gonna be the best video game adaptation ever.
okay,
I'm
no,
calling
I
it.
mean I agree. I agree.
You
I
know
thought you were going to say it's going to be show of the year, like the best TV show come out this year.
Ahsoka, man.
I don't know.
Maybe Ahsoka.
I
I
feel like we may like Ahsoka better,
but show of the year
but
for like
for
all
show, for
audiences.
just a
I
specific show, yeah.
I think for all shows for all audience, this is up there. This episode 1, holy crap! The first 30 minutes, I loved it. So I haven't played the full game because I've never had a PlayStation. I only got one like 2-3 weeks ago from Theory. Much love. And so I've never actually fully played the first one. I've played it at mate's house, and I've watched many YouTube videos on people playing like playthroughs. And the time I've played it at mate's house, I've got in like up to the bit where Sarah dies in the video game in part 1. And so
Yeah,
that 30 minutes in episode 1 that we just watched, the first 30 minutes I freaking loved, so many identical scenes, from the dialogue to the music to the lighting to the camera angles, the camera shots. They were like pulled out of the video game and this made live action or whatever, like it was freaking incredible. And when Joel is on the phone, it's his brother, right? Is
Tommy.
Tommy, is that his brother?
Yes.
Yeah. When he's on the phone to Tommy, when Tommy has to get bowed out of jail, it's identical to the freaking video game. When Sarah wakes up and she's walking around, and then Tommy and Joel pull back up, and Joel is screaming for her to get into the car, and then
Yeah, from
he's
that
on
point, from I think
point.
when she woke up, it was like they just literally just copied and pasted it, but it it was kind of hard. It's not an easy thing for them to do that because it's such like a grand scale thing.
I
It's
know.
all in. There was no cuts.
Yeah. And that's like
Like
one
there was no
thing.
dialogue. Like there was no skips.
That's like
It was
one thing
just
now with video game adaptations. They change a lot of stuff, but with this, it was on point. It was so much like the video from dialogue, camera angles, music, characters are on point, and Pedro Pascal, freaking hell, never fails to disappoint. His performance in
definitely.
everything he does is amazing, and I think this one episode from The Last of Us, has boosted him up into like my top 3 actors at the moment. Obviously I love him as Din
Ooh,
Djarin, and now this has really made me. He is talented as heck. He goes
he
from
is.
what, a 34-year-old dude and then a 20-year time jump, and he portrays both of them perfectly. He goes from being a father figure, and then obviously now the whole world has changed, the whole country has changed, and he is freaking talented. I love him now. I love him. And I can't, the big freaking 2 days for him. Today, Last of Us premieres, and tomorrow we are getting Mando season 3 trailer.
Yeah, this is his year.
This is, he's got The Last of Us January, and then in 2 months, less than 2 months, we are getting Mando season 3.
Well, this is going to take us all the way through to Mando.
Mm,
Nine episodes, which is
it will.
just over 2 months.
We're gonna get straight Pedro.
Yeah, 2023 is just Pedro Pascal.
Oh man, I think he deserves a lot bigger roles as well, like movie roles. He said that he wants to do movies. Obviously he did the one with, oh, what was his name? The unbearable talent of, oh, no way. What was it called? Do you remember? He was in a movie.
Was it a recent movie?
Yeah, last year. The
Oh,
unbearable
okay.
weight of massive talent with Nicholas Cage.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So obviously there's that, and he said he wants to do more movies, and he deserves it. Like, he is crazy good.
Yeah. No, he is. This is what I mean. Like, if this isn't his breakout year, then he won't get one. Like, obviously, when I say breakout, I mean like
Oh,
to step up into a higher ranking tier of actors and actresses.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah,
if any year is to be his year, it is this year. It is 2023.
it is.
Mando season 3, probably as of yet the best Star Wars show,
Oh
live
yeah,
action Star Wars show.
definitely.
And now potentially the best game adaptation
I think so. I
to
think it will be.
potentially one of the best games of all time. Like, if
Mm-hmm.
you ask most players, at least console players, what their favorite game is, a lot of them will say The Last of Us
The Last of
or
Us
The
is up
Last of Us
there.
2.
Yeah,
I know that one's a little bit less loved, but The Last of Us.
yeah. I've seen
Um,
not much love for that one, but like the first one, like I've on PlayStation, I'm gonna get the remastered version, the PS5 version of The Last of Us Part One, and like I
I
was
need
gonna
to.
wait till it goes a bit cheaper because it's like $134 right now. But
Yeah,
that episode has, I don't care. I'm buying it after September. I'm buying it. I'm playing it all night. I don't care.
it's exactly what they want you to do as well. They knew
And
that
they're
with the release of the
succeeding.
game, they're gonna.
Well, they
It
succeeded with
proves
that
so. Yeah.
because I am. Oh, dude, I loved it so much. From those first 30 minutes, I think connected with me the most because I've played the first 30 minutes or like up until Sarah dies, and I'm really excited to see where it goes moving forward with Ellie.
Yeah.
Uh, it's full 80 minutes, and it did not feel like that. For me, it went super quick. I watched it 2 times, and then I was starting to watch it a third time, but then we started recording, and so the first one through, I looked at when Sarah died. It was about 30 minutes in, and I just clicked I just clicked my remote to see how long we've been in, and it was 30 minutes. Like, holy crap, that went quick. And then it ended. It went so quick, and I think that just like shows how good it was. When things are good, they use so much quicker, and like when you're enjoying something. Like, I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it. As I said, my favorite premiere to any show, better than the Mandalorian premiere. I'm saying it. Mandalorian
Yeah.
premiere,
I
that was
mean,
crazy.
that's
But this, I think, was a whole new level. I don't think this is going to change video game adaptations moving forward.
yeah. I think HBO. Well, it's made for HBO, but that's our binge.
Our binge or Foxtel now, yeah. And
Yeah.
obviously, they have Velma out at the moment, and bro, it's got like 10% Rotten Tomatoes or something.
Oh
I'm gonna watch it.
god,
Alright, when
no.
it's finished, I'm gonna do the full thing. I'll do a review. I'm gonna watch the full thing after. But you know, yeah, I think moving forward, The Last of Us will change video game adaptations moving forward, and I think people are gonna realize who make video game adaptations. I think after they see this, I reckon they're gonna realize that they need to stick to the source material.
Definitely.
There's so much source material for The Last of Us, and it was utilized very well in that first episode. Like, the dialogue really stood out to me. Like, especially that car ride. That dialogue was
Yeah.
exactly the same with the same camera angles, and Sarah, I think she was played great. Pedro Pascal
She
playing the
was. I
girl.
think she did amazing.
I know. Obviously, there was a lot of controversy when they announced that she was race swapped, but she sounds like literally identical to the original Sarah in the video game.
Yeah, I don't know why there's much controversy in it. Like,
Yeah,
we don't know the
it,
mother. We haven't seen the mother. There's
Exactly. Yeah.
nothing that
But I couldn't care less because
yeah.
it was really good. Like it was still on point to Sarah's character. It was I loved it.
Oh yeah, no, and I think she did like really well just as a
Mm.
character. She really bonded with Pedro and
Yeah.
well with Joel. Like we I don't know how she was off camera, but just the way that her and Joel, Sarah and Joel like bounced off each other, um like made fun of each other. It just blended really well. Like they really worked well. Like um when she's like, "How old are you?" and he's like 36, and she'd be like, you have to be in diapers soon." He's like,
Yeah.
"Who says I'm not already?"
Yeah.
Just the way that they like,
Like the chemistry between the two.
yeah, exactly. It really worked, and
It did.
I found it really cool,
And that
and
was
I hope that that Ellie and him keep that, which they kind of have. They haven't had a lot of bonding time,
no,
so
obviously still 8 more episodes of their journey, so it's going to be. And so that first episode is basically everything I played up until when Sarah dies, and I've watched basically till where they're up to in episode 1. Like I've watched YouTube videos of people playing it, and so I don't know
yeah.
anything else that happens now. I don't know anything else that happens now. So like I'm super excited where the story goes. Like I never
I
would.
did back on the PS3, but I was planning to replay it, but
Yeah,
a friend told us,
yeah.
told me to not to just watch the show and then play the game
Like
after.
yeah. That's I was talking to my mate who I know you're watching this episode. I'm not gonna say your name, and I'm not
Oh,
gonna
that's
say
who
your
told
name.
me.
Yeah, but I know you're gonna
That's who
be
told me
watching
to not
out.
play it.
I know you're gonna be watching this review, and I know I was texting you. I sent him like 20 messages when it came out, and bro slept until like 4 p.m. and then he had to go to work at 5 p.m. So I cannot wait to see his reaction to the episode. He's a big Last of Us fan. When you're watching this, you know we're talking about you. But yeah, he told me not to like. See, I was going to play the game, but he's like, "Oh, you could, but probably go in blind." So I went in mostly blind, and but I don't care. I'm getting the game tonight. I'm getting the game tonight. I really want to play it though. I really want to play it.
Yeah,
That
but
first episode. Oh, I really want to finish the game. I've never had the chance to. So
yeah, I can't stop thinking about the like right at the end how that guard was pointing his gun,
and
and
then
then we see Joel have his
his
flashback.
flashback. Yeah. Oh, it was
That was
so
like the
good.
first like snap moment, and
It
then it
was,
was
and I
holy shit.
yeah, it was, and I think what was going through Joel's mind. Then he had obviously flashbacks of Sarah's death when she was injured, they were running away, and the soldier stopped them, and then obviously was the reason she died. And so obviously
Yeah,
now he's basically gonna go on to protect this Ellie, and so I think he's like, I'm not gonna let history repeat itself, and he attacks him, even though he was like not friends, but I guess like they've talked with each other before, like obviously earlier in the episode he gave them
with
those
Marlene.
pills. The soldier, um,
Oh yeah, the one that he was selling
Joel,
to.
and yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it was crazy, dude. Like, and that ending of when it zooms over the town, and
Yeah,
then
it when it was panning out, I was like, just oh,
now jumping back to the
the
start,
show's already had me in awe.
I did, and the intro with the iconic Last of Us music. Uh,
That was such a cold opening. I
oh yeah, you
messaged
did,
you
you did. Hey, you're like
right. It was such a cold opening. Like it was so
the talk show with when they were like
shit.
talking about this new virus that is apparently going to go around. Yeah, that was cold as, and then it obviously jumps 20 years. No, it jumps from 1960 to 1960s
2003.
to 2003, and then obviously the outbreak begins. One thing I was hoping for, though, this is probably my only negative. I wanted to see what happens in between the 20 years after Sarah's death. Sarah's death is obviously a 20-year time jump. I hope one day we see Joel and Tommy throughout those 20 years.
It would be like a prequel
Yeah,
to.
yeah. To the 20 years after. Like, yeah. I wish we saw something in between then.
I think
Um,
we do get. I assume we'll get flashbacks throughout the show.
yeah. Because
It's been so long since I played it.
after that 20 years, yeah, because I didn't even know if they, like, if there's a 20-year jump in the game. but
There is.
there is
You go
okay.
from that point to where Joel is now.
Okay, so I hope they one day go back and like fill in that 20 years. Like Tommy, we don't see Tommy after the 20-year jump, do we?
You do. He's also in the second game.
Okay. We didn't see him after the 20-year jump, did we, for the episode 1? Did we?
No. Because he is now part of the Fireflies, and
Right.
he's at that tower,
Yeah.
and so
Right.
Joel's going to go
Gotcha.
looking
So,
for him.
yeah, moving from it's 9 episodes in total. I was a
Do we
big
know the
fan.
length of every episode?
I don't know. I don't know that I don't. They're not all gonna be an hour 20. Like that was like nearly a full movie. That and it went so quick. I loved it.
Yeah, I mean, I really do think that I think HBO's done a really good job
Oh, here we go.
so far. Obviously, it's one episode, but
Oh my goodness. Okay, so episode 1, 81 minutes. Episode we got today.
yep.
Episode 2, 55 minutes. Episode 3, 76 minutes. Episode 4, Episode 4, 46 minutes. Episode 5, 60 minutes. Episode 6, 60 minutes. Episode 7, 56 minutes. Episode 8, 51 minutes. And the finale, episode 9, 43 minutes.
Okay, so what it seems like is that they're just going to do it in kind of like chapters, like in the game, in kind of time jumps.
They are long run times. That's
Because
crazy.
they go from like 40 minutes to 70 minutes. So
There's two 40-minute ones. Episode 4 is 46 minutes, and the finale, episode 9, is 43
yeah,
minutes. Otherwise, they're all in the 50s. There's two that it's over an hour. Episode 3 is 76 minutes, and episode 1 was 81 minutes. And then a lot of them are like, then there's two that are 1 hour, and then episode 7 is 56 minutes, episode 8, 51 minutes. So they're long episodes.
yeah. I mean that's good. I was worried that they're going to miss too much of the actual game.
Yeah, I don't think so. They're
Like they're going to miss a lot of like important parts, but it seems like
Yeah, and I think that's where
like it'd be fine.
I think that's where video game adaptations fail. They change too much, they cut too much out. But episode 1, that kept the source material real. So I think, if it stays like this, that this could be potentially the best video game adaptation ever.
It'll also set a standard for video game
Yeah,
adaptations,
it
which I
will.
think will improve them even more.
Exactly. This could change it all. And, it goes up to episode 1, Jan 15, and then episode 9 is March 12, and Mando comes out March 1. So we're getting Mando episode 1, and then episode 8 and episode 9 of The Last of Us, all with Pedro. Oh man.
Exciting.
And we get one more
A lot of Pedro
episode.
Pascal.
We get one more episode before I go back to school. I go back to school next freaking week.
Unlucky use.
It's fucking bullshit. But anyway, I think.
You score. You got to cut that out.
Oh shit, are we? Oh shit. No, we're over 10 minutes. We're 20 minutes in. We're right.
Are we?
Yeah, we're 20 minutes in. Guys, so there's a new YouTube terms and service. If you swear within the first 10 minutes, boom, your video gets taken down. Load of bullshit. I can swear now, we're 18 minutes in. And then they change it again. Oh, can't swear in the first 20 minutes. That's, YouTube, man. Turning into the next Twitch.
Controlling, but
Yeah.
that's fine. We're not that bad on the podcast. Like we don't swear a lot.
Nah. Only when something is
Try not to.
really bad or really good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But okay. So something that that's kind of been like we haven't spoken about yet. We did a little bit with the ending, but the cinematography of the show, like visually, it looks like I haven't seen the PS5 version of the game yet, but I assume that looks amazing.
Oh,
But
yeah,
this
it
just
does.
looks something else.
It does, eh?
We haven't had a lot of spectacles, but
the cinematography is really good.
yeah, just
In this show.
with everything, like just the way that everything's framed and done, and
Yeah, I think
it's
everything
kind of
from this show is good. From the acting to the directing to the cinematography. The pacing is also really good. The editing, how fast stuff goes.
Yeah,
The pacing is really good. Like everything combines well. Everything
yeah. I don't
works
think
well.
actually that's a really good point. I don't think that it doesn't feel rushed at any point, and it also doesn't
No.
feel dragged out at any point. I'm always interested to hear one of the characters like. I kind of forget. I can't. I'm not gonna lie. I forgot completely about Tess. Yeah, she is a really cool character. As I said, she completely slipped my mind when I saw her. I'm like, ah, she's there. Because it's been what game came out. The original game came out in 2013, so it's been about 9 years since I played it. 2014, I think. Damn,
Yeah.
and the way that they captured the actual world itself, because obviously 20 years of like fungi infection, disease thing, virus. Um,
Mm.
the world has to be run down and everything, and they've already captured that. Like within the first few minutes of the 20-year part, it's already more like you can see it decayed. The world's decayed. Um, there's a lot more
Yeah.
there's a lot more of a grassy and like earthy environment that's
Yeah.
kind of corroded everything. It's really cool to see it all.
I think so too. And when we have that 20-year jump from when Sarah dies, we see this kid, this boy, um, and in the like forest, in the urban, in the whole place has been. It like shows like
Yeah, that.
I think that portrays how much it's really changed within 20 years.
Yeah,
How kids have changed, how everything's changed, and then obviously when he gets into the town where it's all controlled by, it really shows how society has changed, and it portrayed it very, very.
yeah, yeah. That's what I was talking about. Like
Yeah,
just the way that they showed it. That was such a did not expect that opening for the 20 years at least.
me either. Um, I was hyped to the show, but not as hyped as I was after I freaking watched that first episode. Even throughout it, that was crazy.
Yeah, as I said, what was it? Was it A for us or was it B for us in our tier list? I don't quite remember.
I I think it was A.
I have a feeling it was A.
That was episode. When did we do our tier list?
But
We did episode
episode
2,
two.
eh? Yeah, we were episode 2. We put it. Yeah, we put it A.
Okay. Now can we change it? Can it be
Yeah,
F now?
yeah. That's guys. That was actually a mistake. Like my finger slipped and it fell into A. It's actually meant to be an S. My finger just like slipped and it fell into A.
Yeah. Every time we said it deserved to be an A tier, it was we misspoke.
Yeah, we this the S because like A sounds so much like S. So we like when we say A, we say S. Like A means S. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. No, it was. Ugh. I'm so excited for episode 2. Now they're gonna go on their big journey, and so I don't know if I should play the video game and like finish it before the next
No,
episode.
don't.
I
I'm kind of
really
really
want
excited to
to.
see your reactions for all of it.
Yeah, because I have no idea what the hell happens next. I really.
It'll all come back to me, but I'm trying to avoid refreshing myself too much of it too.
So you get like more of that raw, crazy reaction. Oh, yeah. I wish I did a watch party for that first episode. I always do watch parties for shows that are bad, and when shows are good, I don't do them. Tales of the Jedi, I didn't do a watch party. The Kenobi show, I did a watch party, and that was bad. This, I didn't do a watch party. She-Hulk, I did a watch party for episode 1. That was bad.
Oh, that's right.
Well,
You
I
did
just
too.
choose the wrong shows to do watch parties for. But I'm doing Ahsoka
Clearly,
and Mando watch parties.
yeah.
Uh, I think, I don't watch many TV shows outside of Star Wars or Marvel, to be honest. Like, I really don't. So having a wholly different, a whole new theme of a TV show for me was really refreshing, and I really enjoyed it. I used to watch like lots of the TV shows that are on Netflix. Like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I've watched Superstore.
Good show.
Uh,
I watched that.
Superstore's so funny. Yeah, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, amazing. And I like for the last 2 years, I've only watched Star Wars and Marvel shows, and so coming back to watch a show that's outside of superheroes and outside of Star Wars was really refreshing, and you know I think I'm embedded too much within Star Wars and Marvel that's all I watch. And so watching this, I think that's why I love it as much as I do as well. That could be a factor. Well, I think it's just so good. But it was really good to watch a different show. It was really good.
Yeah, it's kind of refreshing, isn't it? Like
It was.
we get a really this I think will be a great show. Like go down as a great show.
Oh, I
Um,
think so.
and HBO will
HBO
need to
need a
capitalize on it.
show like this. Like they need a show
Um,
like this.
the success of this, I think they should do between the periods of 1 and 2 because um, having this success, as much as I don't want to drag out, I also want to see more of these characters, and HBO can give that to us or
Yeah.
binge for us. But
Yeah, I don't think
um,
as long as they stay real to that source material, they're gonna go fine. And so far, so good. So far, so good.
yeah, I'm excited. I can't. So it's going to be
Me too.
12 for us at least 12 p.m.
It comes out 12
every
p.m.
Monday.
for us every Monday. So next Monday, I go back next Wednesday to school. So I will be able to watch it when it comes out next Monday. But then all
Yeah,
Mondays after that,
gonna have to wait.
at least I have something to look forward on when I wake up on Monday and have to go to school.
It'll help you get through the day.
Yo, watch my Mondays go so slow now though, because I'm waiting for something.
Easy, bro.
No, but
Easy.
at least I'll be wake up Monday not wanting to do anything and just want to go to sleep and never wake up. So I mean, shows like this, and then we're gonna get Mando, which will be every Wednesday. This year is gonna be so good for film and TV.
I'm so excited. It's gonna be so good. Pedro Pascal.
You know how fast
So
this
good.
year's gonna go though, with all these TV shows coming out back to back.
It'll keep us going.
You know how good that is
Right.
for like me. I get through school year for quicker, and then I got 1 year left of school, and then boom, I can do the podcast full time. Yeah, guys.
Oh. Yeah. I'm gonna try not to play the game as much as I want to now.
Bro, as soon as it finishes, I'm getting the game. I'm getting the game. I don't care how much it is. I'll test it because I'm like $130. Do I really want to play that much? Yeah, I do. Thank you very much. I do.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't get a discount if you had the remastered version. But it's because the remastered version's free.
Yeah, I want to get the brand new PS5 version. So
Yeah.
that'd be hella fun.
But it was for a game that if you had the I think it was, I'm not sure, but if you had a Sony game and you could upgrade it to the PS5 version for free. Oh, The Witcher. If
All
you had
right.
The Witcher, the original version, you could upgrade it for free. So I thought that maybe this would have had the same thing, but
No.
fortunately not.
You know what I want? I want I got all this Star Wars stuff on my desk, like Star Wars posters. I think I've got to get rid of it or replace it with some Last of Us, eh? And I think this
We
flushed
know
Star
we
Wars
know who
down
would
the
like that.
drain. Yeah, we did. I think this really flushed Star Wars down the drain for me. I mean, nah, my hype right now for Star Wars is like I don't give a shit, but like Mando trailer tomorrow. So whenever I think of that, I'm hyped out.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We may be bagging Star. Well, you may be bagging Star Wars now, but
Once Mando comes out, once the show comes out, I'll be running back
yeah,
in.
we'll see in 24 hours.
Yeah, I can't wait for Mando trailer now. Thinking about it. But no, The Last
Oh,
of Us so when it's going to change video game adaptations. It's going to show people who create these adaptations to video games that they need to stick to the source material. Because we got Uncharted, which you didn't like. I
you
wanted to see it.
don't talk about that.
They didn't. Did they? They didn't stay real to the source material, did they? It's a load of
No,
bull.
they pinched a little bit from the third at the very start where he's like hanging out of a plane. If you haven't played the Uncharted, I do recommend them.
Yeah,
They also are very good.
yeah. The
Not as good
video
as
games
Last
of
of Us,
Uncharted are
but
so fun. But I never saw the movie. What other video game adaptation? We got Sonic, Pikachu.
The Witcher,
The tech. I haven't seen The Witcher.
Henry Cavill,
I haven't.
absolute
Yeah,
mad lad.
I haven't even played The Witcher.
did years ago.
Bro, you know what
It
would
was
be
good.
crazy?
I don't have it though now.
You know what would be crazy, and I'm surprised this hasn't happened yet? A Grand Theft Auto
Mm.
TV show or film.
Too controversial.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I reckon they do. I reckon they should do it. Do San Andreas, make GTA San Andreas into a TV show or movie. No, that'd be so good. Bro, San Andreas is the best GTA.
4.
GTA 4. I've never played GTA 4.
Nico Bellic.
I played Vice City, Number 5, and San Andreas. But
They're good.
I'm actually really surprised because that's how much how much money they'd make from that. I'm really
Yeah,
surprised it
they
happened. It'll
would.
happen one day, I'm sure.
I can see it.
I would be hyped to it. I would want a GTA adaptation. That'd be so fun. I know a lot of people wouldn't, but
Yeah, that's what they'd be worried about if it would make back the money because it'd be such
I
a high
would.
budget
I think it would.
thing.
But I don't know. Or also being R-rated, so that does lose some money
Yeah, exactly.
unless they like PG it.
Nah.
Nah, don't. It wouldn't be GTA.
PG-13 GTA 5.
What would you do?
Rubber bullets, mate. Rubber bullets.
Rubber bullets, Nerf guns, eh?
Nerf guns. Yeah, Nerf guns.
Nerf guns.
Instead of
What
blood,
what
it's paintball.
what would you rate this episode of The Last of Us though? Episode 1, from
10.
the air.
Easy 10.
Yeah, me too. Easy 10.
I actually okay. You've watched it 2.5 times.
times.
I have only watched it once.
I,
But
s-
if
I
you
still
can't find
would.
anything wrong with it,
No, there's
then
nothing.
I don't think I'll be able
I
to.
only would have liked it, like, no biggie, they could go back and do this one day. If I would have liked if they kind of filled in within the 20 years, but I guess, they do want to get the story rolling and we don't know
Yeah,
what
well, it
happens then. Unless
jumps
there's
in the
like,
game, but I'm pretty
okay,
sure they do have a few flashbacks
okay,
in the game.
okay.
Again, it's been so
Moving
long.
forward, I'm hella excited to see what happens because I don't even know about. I'm going in completely blind.
I know it's exciting me. I want to see how you react to it all.
Yeah. Every Monday, 12 p.m. our time. That's different, shows never come out at like day for us.
Yeah, why does it?
So,
Where is it?
It comes out, so they're... See, Star Wars is on PT time. This is on ET time, so Eastern time.
Eastern Standard.
Eastern Standard Time. Star Wars shows and Marvel shows come out Pacific Standard Time at
Yep.
midnight, so 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But HBO, Last of Us, they're releasing them at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is 12 p.m. our time and 6 p.m. Pacific time.
That's I really like that. It's a happy accident for them.
Yeah, I think so. No, but I kind of like Star Wars' times for release. 6 p.m. our time. Well, when it's not daylight savings, it's 5 p.m. our time.
Yeah.
I like that because, school. I get home at 4 from school and then, it gives me enough time. Otherwise, during the holidays, 12 p.m. is pretty good.
It is.
Because then you don't have to watch at 12. You got the whole freaking basically day.
Yeah, you don't have to wait for it.
Yeah, you don't have to wait the whole day.
You can choose.
You can choose when yeah. I think that's good. But solid, easy 10 out of 10 for that episode. Easy.
Easy, no doubt.
Very easy 10 out of 10. I loved it. Yeah, I'm hella excited. Like, I have no idea what the hell happens. Like,
what are the reviews for it? Has it gotten much reviews?
So it debuted on Rotten Tomatoes with 100%.
Is it dropped though?
It is at 99% now. And guess the audience score for Rotten Tomatoes?
100%.
96%.
For audience.
96.
Damn.
Because you're gonna have those people that don't like it when the original things get turned into. You have those kind of people,
Yeah, the people who don't like Sarah.
Yeah.
Or
Ellie.
Not looking.
Yeah. So you have those kind of people. But 99% critics and 96% audience is insane.
It is. We'll
And
definitely check back on it next
oh,
week.
we're definitely going to be
'Cause,
doing our weekly reviews.
yeah, we'll check the score for the first one next week though, because that'll tell us how much it's changed. But I expect it to stay above 90, 95.
Yeah. Episode 1 has 100% Rotten Tomatoes. So that means all the other, because critics have obviously seen the whole show. And episode 1 has 100% Rotten Tomatoes.
So
So
that's
that means episode 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 must still be on that around late 90s for it average to be 99. Holy crap. This show's gonna
wait,
be mad.
critics. Oh, is that for all of it?
Yeah, so The Last of Us Season 1 has 99% Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh my
Episode
god!
1 has 100% Rotten Tomatoes, and then the other episodes haven't revealed what Rotten Tomatoes they are. But if the whole season is 99% on average,
Holy
and
shit!
episode 1's 100%, that means all the other ones are 100%,
Within that
99%,
100% 99
98%.
range.
Holy crap. This show's gonna be mad. It sure is
I
gonna be.
mean, I reiterate, it could be the best show of the year.
I think so. But I
I
really
think
think so.
it'll take Mando season 3 and or not and
A-
or
And
Ahsoka to beat it.
I think so. But with Mando being, Mando and Ahsoka, they're Star Wars. When you have a big brand like Star Wars, not everyone's a fan of Star Wars. Not everyone's gonna watch it.
Yeah,
And The Last of Us, I, all the video game lovers are gonna watch it, and then a lot of the general audience could watch it. Like I consider myself more of the general audience. Of course, I was really hyped for the show. I have never played the full game in full, but I've watched a lot of it. But I still have no idea what the frick happens next. So
yeah, that's exactly right. Like, there are people who haven't seen the original
yeah,
stuff, but I would still recommend this to anybody.
me too. Me too. It's it's got 9.7 out of 10 on IMDb. IMDb is never high, like high. It's usually sevens and eights for great shows.
Yeah,
9.7 out of 10 from 5.1k reviews. I'm rating
that's
it right now. I'm giving it a 10 out of 10 right now on IMDb. Bro, Pedro Pascal, anything he fucking does is crazy good.
yeah. I mean, I mean, is it just because he's amazing, or is he just picking good, um, picking the right stuff to do? You know?
Well, I mean, his performances are epic. He's picking the
Oh,
right
always.
stuff. I mean, what hasn't he been good in? Let me look at what he's in. I say he always never, or lately he hasn't failed to perform. So The Last of Us, Mando, obviously we know how good he is in that. The Unbearable Weight of Mass and Talent, it wasn't good from critics, but Pedro apparently is funny in it, whatever. He's in Game of Thrones. See, I've never seen anything else.
Yeah.
Does he
Okay.
play a big role in Game of Thrones?
I haven't seen Game of Thrones.
Right.
I don't recall him. Oh, wait, yes, no, I did know he's in that. I think he comes into the later seasons. I'm not
Yeah,
sure. I've
I
heard
remember
very
that.
little about it. Yeah.
I remember he has that. He's in Wonder Woman 1984 with the Donald Trump haircut.
Oh yeah, that got memed. Hey.
Yeah, he got Donald Trump haircut. He looks identical to Donald Trump in Wonder Woman 1984.
Yeah, no, I didn't watch it. I tried watching the first like 20 minutes of it. And then,
Yeah, I've seen it once when it first came out.
yeah,
No, but I would say,
oh,
moving
about
forward,
that.
I would say moving forward, Pedro's gonna get like lots of massive roles. Being in the Mandalorian, Star Wars' best live action show, um, Star Wars' best received show. Now The Last of Us, he's got a big future. He's got a big bright
He's
future.
racking up.
He is mad. He's mad.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Moving forward, yeah, I really like. See, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait to play the video game until it's over. Just
Yeah, try to avoid spoilers because give
Oh
it give it a
yeah,
day. This will
yeah,
be everywhere.
yeah.
I'm calling it.
It will be. It's. I go onto Twitter. I'm gonna go onto Twitter right now. I'm gonna tell you where. I was on Twitter earlier. I was tweeting about it a lot. Twitter's loading. Come on, come on. The first thing. What did you think of The Last of Us? The Last of Us clip. Hashtag The Last of Us is trending on Twitter. Pedro Pascal is trending on Twitter. Ellie is trending on Twitter. HBO is trending on Twitter. Andor is trending on Twitter.
Go.
Yeah. TLOU is trending on Twitter.
Everything.
Damn. It's everywhere. It's already everywhere on Twitter.
HBO must be so excited right now. Like,
Yeah, because they, obviously it's the launch with their. Apparently their Velma launch was.
could the Velma launch also have been bad because of this? Nobody wanted to watch Velma. Everybody wanted to watch this.
I don't think anyone went to watch Velma in general.
Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but this is some big stuff, and this is gonna change. This is gonna change. Not just video game adaptations, but general TV. It's big,
It will.
Yeah. We never
This
get
is
great video game adaptations that are like the video game that feel the exact same. But that episode that I just watched, that's basically that episode is basically all I've played for like the video game, and it felt identical. It's like I was freaking playing the video game.
to me. It was better. Like it cut out the awkward moments where you don't know where to go in a game, or
Yeah,
um,
of course. Yeah.
like you having to walk through the cutscenes and getting bored.
Yeah,
Or like
yeah.
walk through like the tailing missions. You have to follow them,
Yeah, no,
follow
I
somebody
agree.
talking to you or something.
Yeah. But like that car ride, especially when
That was extreme.
Sarah and Joel on the couch, and then Tommy calls him. He picks her up, puts her in bed when she wakes up, and she's roaming around the house, and then goes outside. Oh, oh, it was incredible, mad, crazy.
It was.
I loved it.
Can't wait for the next episode.
Yeah, me too.
And you're going in blind, so
Sorry. Yeah, I'm going in blind. Yes, I am. Yeah, I don't. I'm trying to think what the hell is gonna happen. I'm gonna get a big shock. I'm actually like so intrigued.
yeah,
It's
yeah, no.
I've
Mm,
never done that.
um,
I've never watched a TV show episode. Like I watched
I
it.
might rewatch it.
So I've watched it now 2 times, 2.5 times. I got 30 minutes into it for my third viewing. They were all back to back. I didn't have any breaks in between. I just replayed it again. I was just amazed. It was so good. I never do that. I never.
I was still so like scared, like watching it. Like, obviously, I know what happens, but
Yeah.
it was like freaky when when the infected was chasing Joel carrying Sarah. That was
I know.
see that those are the
That
points in the game like that the game can't. They're gonna have like the game's gonna have things
that
that the show won't, and the show's gonna have things that the game won't.
and the show's gonna have things that the video game couldn't do. And I think that when the zombie was chasing Sarah and Joel when Sarah was injured, that was
Yeah,
like
that was
oh my
crazy.
god, oh my god. Like that was like oh shit, oh shit, oh shit.
Yeah, as I said,
Honestly,
obviously we know what happens, but
yeah.
just it was
But it
still
was still like wow, it was like my jaw was just open dropped. I didn't know what to say.
yeah.
I don't know what to say. Like it was holy crap, it was so good. And I hope people get around this thing because this oh man, I haven't the last time I felt this hyped after watching an episode was 2021. A Mando episode, probably Mando when Luke came. Oh, Kenobi show episode 6. I was. hyped after watching that.
I don't know if I was. I don't know. I agree with the Mandalorian season 2 finale with the Luke in it. That was probably the most hype I've been.
Yeah.
But then Boba kind of killed that hype. No, I'm not gonna lie. Boba kind of killed that. But
When people, yeah, I know when people say like the Boba Fett just changed everything in Mando season 2, making Luke going to get Grogu mean nothing because Grogu ended up with Mandalorian. What did you guys expect? We know Luke's first student is Ben Solo. Disney aren't gonna change their own canon, so I don't know what people expected there.
yeah, but it was just like a It was also a waste of a like Luke doing it in the first place should never have happened. They didn't gain anything from Luke taking him
Well, if
except for
Luke never,
having a Luke cameo.
if Luke never turned up, then they would have died.
Yeah, but why did it have to be Luke?
What other Jedi's?
Well, not necessarily have to be a Jedi, but just they realistically could
Well,
have saved them with anybody.
how would
Didn't
anybody else
necessarily have to be
know?
a Luke.
Luke knew, or a Jedi knew, because Grogu was reaching out through the
Ahsoka
Force. Yeah, but Ahsoka,
would have made more sense
I know
because
we
she's
see
also getting
Ahsoka.
her own show.
Yeah, but Ahsoka kind of did cut herself off from the Force.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. Okay,
I
we're
don't
not
know.
fighting. We're not talking about Star Wars. I'm sorry. We'll get to that another episode. Everything will be explained in the Ahsoka show. But okay, guys, The Last of Us, episode 1, the premiere, 10 out of 10. We both agree. We want to know what you guys
Yeah.
thought. If I don't see tens, then I'm sorry. I'm banning you. You're just not allowed to watch us anymore because like you got some issues if you don't think it's a 10. I'm joking. I'm joking, of course. But guys, please let us know what you thought. I'm sure everybody loved it. If you didn't, why didn't you like it? Like, let us know why. Because, like, to me, that thing was a masterpiece. That thing was a masterpiece. It was the cherry on top of the cake. But episode 2 next week. Right, I don't want to wait a whole week. Like, it was that good that I don't want to wait anymore. But
I'm also glad they're not releasing it
all at once.
as all at once.
Like
Yeah,
if it was Netflix, it's like Cobra Kai. Yeah, that's true because all the hype goes away. Like Cobra Kai, we watch it that one night. The hype's there for a week. Boom, we forget about it till next season.
yeah, exactly.
So I think weekly release to keep the hype going, which is good, which is better. But guys, let us know. The Last of Us episode 2 next Monday. I'm so hyped. I'm going in blind. I'm basically going blind. I don't know what the hell happens next. So I'm super hyped. And yeah, everything from every detail. The source material, freaking insane that they kept it. This masterpiece. So guys, let us know. And yeah, we'll see you guys. 2 episodes today, by the way. We had 2 episodes today, and we're gonna have 2 episodes tomorrow. So big 2 days. Four episodes in 2 days. So yeah. All right, guys. We'll catch you guys later. Yeah. I'm gonna go watch it again. No, I don't know. I want to download the game, but like, alright, I'm just gonna like keep watching it so I don't go. Nah, I gotta edit this episode, get it up for you guys. But yeah, guys, we'll see you tomorrow. Mando trailer, more Pedro Pascal, all good. All right, guys. Thanks everybody. All right, bye, bye, bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.